Hello, Mark Schultz here, your Southeast Minnesota Regional Labor Market Analyst with the Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development, here to give you your July economic update. Today's topic will focus on the labor force demand in the region and the benefits of hiring ex-offenders. As the graph shows, the labor force has been on the decline in the region over the last couple of years. While there have been some spikes in certain months, such as the pandemic-induced spike seen from April to July of last year, overall the labor force has declined by 1,064 participants for a loss of 0.4% since January of 2019. Since the peak in July of 2020 to the most recent estimate, however, the labor force has dropped by 9,165 participants for a loss of 3.1%. Another statistic that shows labor force demand is the job seekers per vacancy ratio. According to DEED's data, there were 8,917 job vacancies in the fourth quarter of 2020, while there were 9,933 unemployed people. This equates to a job seeker per vacancy ratio of 1.1 to 1. While this is higher than the 0.4 to 1 seen in the fourth quarter of 2018, it still illustrates that there is a tight labor force in the region. In addition, one can ask themselves, who is to say that the one unemployed individual for each opening has the skills, education, or experience to do the job well, let alone the desire to do the job? One potential remedy to help alleviate this labor force shortage is to consider hiring those who have been previously incarcerated or those with a criminal background that haven't been incarcerated. These individuals face one of, if not the, hardest barrier to overcome. In the past, when there was an abundance of labor force participants, employers had the benefit of choosing from a larger applicant pool. In today's labor market, employers are really struggling to fill their job openings, and considering the previously incarcerated may help them fill their vacancies. First, let's look at some correctional statistics. There are almost 7,600 people incarcerated in Minnesota Department of Corrections facilities. 94.3% of those are male, and there are 615 lifers. In 2020, the Minnesota Department of Corrections released over 6,000 individuals, and 73.8% of those were released to supervised release or parole. Many of these individuals on supervised release or parole will likely have work requirements as a condition of their probation. In addition, that's over 6,000 individuals that could be potential employees. There are several benefits to hiring ex-offenders, some of which are financial benefits to employers. First, there's the Work Opportunity Tax Credit, which is a federal tax credit available to employers who hire people in certain target demographics who often experience employment barriers. The federal bonding program provides fidelity bonds for at-risk, hard-to-place job seekers and covers the first 6 months of employment at no cost to the job applicant or the employer. Federal bonding protects employers against losses caused by dishonest acts, such as theft and forgery, by the bonded employee. In addition, some of these individuals bring with them skills and training that could cut down on training costs, as well as be more willing to stick with the employer, thus decreasing turnover. There are also non-financial benefits to hiring ex-offenders or those who have been previously incarcerated. First, this can serve as evidence of non-discriminatory hiring practices. In addition, employers are assisting a member of society to get a fresh start and can make a huge difference in someone's life. Considering these job seekers also expand the applicant pool they can choose from, and many times when given a chance to work, those workers are more appreciative and dedicated to the employer, and thus can be more productive and stay with the company longer. Finally, some of these individuals worked and received training through prison industries, and thus bring with them skills and even work credentials. In summary, the labor force has been dwindling overall in the region, and the current job seeker per vacancy ratio sits at 1.1 to 1. As such, employers may benefit both financially and non-financially by hiring the previously incarcerated and those with criminal backgrounds, while those potential employees also benefit. As always, there is more regional and statewide labor market information available through Deed. This includes our Minnesota Economic Trends quarterly publication and our monthly employment review, both of which can be viewed online. If you find yourself in need of further data assistance, feel free to call the LMI helpline at 1-888-234-1114, or you can email me directly at mark.schultz@state.mn.us. Thank you for listening, and be sure to stay tuned for next month's video economic update.